I am only a messenger, Inquisitor. Please stay your anger. Is there any way I could be of help to you? The Inquisitor narrows her eyes, considering something. Finally, she lets out a barely noticeable breath. Perhaps. My expedition team has gone missing from the excavation site. Workers, disciples of the machine cult, and guards. It starts with the first sea quake that hit the Hab Zone. The workers complained of fatigue and ceaseless nightmares. This is not a local incident. People all over the Maris Portum Sectoris are suffering from similar symptoms. Many of them have likewise disappeared without a trace. More and more are going missing every day. Reports have shown that these disappearances are systemic, so we can rule out natural population decline. There was heresy in the sea quake. We must learn why people in the Hab Zone are disappearing, and you will begin your investigation right here in my camp. Even an amateur could see there are signs of looting. It might have been more than one group. Was it several? Find out. Reconstruct the events that took place at the camp. I graciously give you my permission to use the sacred mechanisms bestowed upon the Ordo Xenos by members of the cult Mechanicus. The Inquisitor gestures to several bulky cogita cases. One of them bears an inscription in calligraphic writing under an abundance of purity seals, reading Hollow Invoker. Do not forget to interrogate the witness. She nods at the body writhing at her feet. The old man knows something, but it seems my methods have caused him to lose the last of his memory. I do not have time to coax the answers out of him, so you will deal with it instead. When you are done, report everything you have learned. Any questions? Hollow Invoker. I've never heard of such a machine. That is unsurprising. This is a rare piece of archaeotech that even I have to go to great lengths to obtain. The spirits of such machines have the ability to briefly project hololithic images based on the archived data, be it pics, cogita records, or tactical diagrams. You said my task is to learn why people are disappearing in the Hab Zone. Would it not be better to focus our efforts on finding the workers instead? It is true that rescuing rabble is not my responsibility. However, I cannot ignore the fact that there is some connection between the time frames of these disappearances, both of my people and of the locals. There is also the mysterious circumstances of these disappearances and the spread of nightmares in the Hab Zone. As for what connection it is, that is for you to find out. Try not to announce to all of Maris Portum that the Inquisition is operating here. She glances at your unassuming attire, though even if you introduced yourself as the Lord Inquisitor, I doubt anyone in this place would believe you. I feel like asking her what she's going to be doing would be out of line if she's ranked higher than me. I'm ready to start my investigation. One of my specialists is already investigating the lower level of the excavation. Find out what he's been able to discover. Take this amulet, that way he'll know I sent you. She pauses to think. I expect the two of you to work together on this. I need results. Strange charm. Is this Rogue Trader 2? No, different game, same company making it, same engine, different story. Okay, inspect. An authorization code is required to access this sacred machine. Tech, oh, you have to click on the word tech use. It's immediately apparent this cogitator has been maintained well. The machine spirit responds to your request eagerly. The vid screen lights up with the words, authorization successful, access level acolyte. View the inventory log. Shows a record of all machinery units employed at the excavation site along with their serial numbers. There's a foreman's confirmation note below. View high engine seer reports. A message appears, higher level of access required. View the recent entries of the incident log. Most of the entries contain nothing unusual. The last one, however, does catch your attention. It seems these sentries spotted armed individuals attempting to approach the excavation site undetected. The guards eliminated the trespassers who, upon examination, were found to be members of a local gang. Step away. Okay. Alright, this is the guy that was getting tortured. Does the alpha have character customization in it? No, it's a pre-loaded party that is in the middle of the story on a specific mission. And the only thing that they give is they're like, do you want to play as if you succeeded the previous mission or failed the previous mission, which changes the map a bit. But you're plopped right in the middle. The old man looks up at you, exhaustion written on his empty gaze. His dry fingers fiddle mindlessly with the edges of his blood-stained rags. One of the Milla Centilia's acolytes nods to you. It's a rare fortune to see an acolyte of a dead inquisitor not follow him to the grave on the Cabal's orders. Paying the acolytes not the slightest attention, Epione gives the witness a cursory look before turning to you. Numerous signs of bruising, superficial damage to the surface layers of the skin, apparent loss of integrity in some of the smaller bones. The procedure was performed with sufficient expertise to ensure that the witness would not expire yet retain the ability to feel pain. Still, I would recommend refraining from further application of violence given the subject's age. Glare at the man menacingly. The old man cowers under your gaze. Ask me anything, master. Tell me what you've already told the Inquisitor, and don't even think of hiding anything. Yes, master. I used to scoop grease off your food vats here, traded it for rations in the market. First time that great machine of yours went all quiet, I waited a little and came to see what this place was about. I saw intruders here with weapons, so I hid in one of them vats and they didn't spot me. That's where I've been hiding every time since. But now you found me after all. He weakly jerks his shoulders in the direction of the acolytes. Describe the intruders. About a dozen of them there was. They had guns, scary folk. Could have been bandits or such like. I didn't get a good look at them, but they weren't here for the food vats, that's for sure. Have you noticed anything suspicious in Marisportium? I have, master, I have. The old man perks up. There's those divers living by the shore. Madmen all, I tell you. One day, there I was, walking along the shore, seeing what the sea might have brought. I look over, and it's them divers, chanting something. Or maybe it was witchcraft, I couldn't tell. And then they started dumping corpses in the water. I took off running. It was horrible. I heard those apostates worship some sea creature like it's a saint. It's why they butcher people, to offer them to the beast. I haven't seen it myself, master, but it's what people say. What do you know about the nightmares affecting people in Marisportum? Oh, I know about the sleep sickness. When the sea started shaking, that's when the nightmares came. Everyone came down with it. Those flocks of repentance folk say it's the God Emperor warning us, telling us to repent, but I don't know about any of that, master. I just want to get by. Tell me about this flock of repentance. Believers from his congregation, master. They've lost their way, though. They've all forgotten St. Sibelius's name, and now they say everyone should cleanse themselves through pain. They say that's how we can serve the God Emperor and save ourselves from the nightmares. They have a leader, fancy old name, I forget what it was, but I did see their marks around the camp, written in blood they are. Diplomacy 100%. Okay, so the pre-made character we're playing has really high diplomacy. Is that everything? Don't forget, the more you tell me, the better your chances of living. Succeeded. His gaze clears. The Baron! The Baron's orders were that no one was to come near this place, but those armed intruders, they looked like his lot. Stay here. I may have more questions later. All you hear in response is this quiet whimpering. Thank you for not killing me, master. If you let me go, I swear I won't run my mouth about any of this business. Okay. Alright, so there's... Can you jump? Maybe jump across that? Alright. Quick save. Is there a map here? I haven't tried hitting M. There is a map here. Okay. Excavation lower level. Wait, hold on, come back. What if I just click over there? Can they just hop across? Oh yeah, they could just do a running jump. That's cool. Alright, inspect. Part of an ancient structure is buried under the rubble. This ruin was of no interest to the expedition. By the way, I hope you guys can hear me okay. I'm leaning really close to the mic because I know my voice is low volume today, but let me know if it's not enough and I will see if I can make any adjustments. Alright, let's try excavation lower level. ASMR Warhammer. Turning up the volume to max. Oh, that makes all the patrons become jump scares. There are knife marks on the inside of the vat. Someone tried to scrape off the hardened leftover porridge. Oh god, they're so hungry. See the tentacles? The shadow? That's a Eldar Drakari. It's a space elf silhouette. Damn. Ogren's not the only one with good entrances. Alright, so this one is probably that character right there. An inhumanly tall figure encased in outlandish armor appears out of nowhere. The ornate helmet dips, and a distorted otherworldly voice reaches your ears. I see you bear the pendant of Inquisitor Millicentilla. Greetings, emissary. May he steel our hearts so that we might banish all doubt of the righteousness of humanity. May he grant us the strength to bring the retribution upon the enemies of humanity. Sarrow recites his prayer in a cold voice, keeping his eyes locked on the stranger. As indicated by a slight turn of the helmet, the armored figure throws a cursory glance in the Psyker's direction, and may fate grant you the reason to subdue your innate aggression when you should. Draw your weapon. Now, I think this is a potential party member. Correct. The Inquisitor sent me. Your arrival is timely. I just finished my rituals of perceiving. Hamar whistles. Inquisitor Millicentilla isn't squeamish about the tools she uses. She's brought a Xenos sorcerer, and right under Septima's nose. Heresy. The heresy of pride, which spurs one to believe in one's own exceptionality, and the heresy of consorting with the enemies of humanity. Lord Xenos succeeded. You are one of the Eldari, sentient, highly evolved Xenos, enemies of humanity. You have guessed my race, but I am no foe to you or your tribe. Inquisitor Millicentilla and I have forged a temporary alliance, one that benefits us both. Epione looks at the Xenos with distaste and releases a breath. I must admit that the Inquisitor has always adhered to a principle of tolerance toward alien species capable of communication. A truly unique individual among your kind. What kind of sorcery did you just use? Like an earless person querying the melody of a song, you are trying to understand that which you are incapable of grasping. Abandon the attempt, small creature. I have no time to waste on fruitlessly explaining my gift. Abandon the attempt to understand, small creature. To business. You should have information for me. Inquisitor Millicentilla wished to know if sorcery was involved in the disappearance of her underlings. Sorcery of a special kind which has its source in the darkest corruption. The Xenos takes the Inquisitor's pendant from your hand and continues speaking in a changed, melodic tone. I hear the echo of what your kind calls the Empyrean. However, in this sound I discern not the foulness of that which the Monkey call the archenemy, but ancient fatigue and the malevolence of a twisted mind. Investigation. Tell me more about this echo of the Empyrean. The helmet turns as though the creature is pondering your request. Several seconds elapse in silence. It is powerful, all-consuming, and at the same time feeble, like the sigh of a song lost in a labyrinth. Sorcery of monstrous power that served its purpose, whatever it was, and then vanished without a trace. The malevolence of a twisted mind, but not the archenemies? The Eldari shakes his head. Your people are too young and your perception of existence too rudimentary for you to comprehend the Empyrean in any depth. I will only say that the corrupting forces from beyond the veil hold sway over many creatures. There can be no doubt that the secrets of such species lie buried in the past of this sector. Secrets, though, whose very revelation would imperil your feeble mind. This investigation is straightforward, but I have a slew of questions about you, Eldari. Save your breath. I'm a Wayseeker, and I'm here because Inquisitor Millicentilla is offering me protection on my mission in exchange for my gift. Those who follow the path of the seer among my people are much more attuned to the Empyrean, and our manipulations of it lead to far fewer consequences than your fumbling. Inquisitor Millicentilla has chosen my skills over the assistance of one of your witches. What?
Button.
Button? What? How dare you, Monk? You forgot about the button. What button? Hey. What's up? Are you okay? You just visiting Chip? Okay. Boy? Yeah, he's visiting Chip. Chip is on the tower to my left. A Wayseeker. What is that? I am a guide that navigator for my kind. My gift enables me to chart courses through the webway and in real space. The helmet tilts slightly to the side. There exists another application for my gift, but that knowledge is of no use to you. It concerns only my people and our sorrows. What is your mission? What are you doing on a human world? Your kind cannot hope to genuinely claim ownership of any planet, small creature. I am unwilling to reveal the reasons for my presence here. Suffice it to say that I am seeking a path to salvation out of a ring of darkness, away from a peril far greater than the discord between our species. Is this turn-based? I'm pretty sure it is, because it's a CRPG, but we haven't hit combat yet. A ring of darkness. You are speaking of the Noctis Aeterna, so humans are not the only ones suffering from this tragedy. This surprises you. Curious. When the archenemy's forces burst through the veil from their dimension and defile the world of things, no species is safe, not mine or yours or any other. I'm interested in an ancient Xenos species that is somehow connected to the Tyrant Star. Do you know of it? I can guess what you're referring to. The echo of their songs whispers across the world and here as well. My name is Acolyte. Yeah, deep placeholder name. I could use your help with those ancient secrets we talked about earlier. Come to your senses, Acolyte. Do not make this mistake. The armor-clad figure sweeps an appraising eye over you. Perhaps we could have, were it not for my arrangement with Inquisitor Millicentilia. I have no interest in the company of a monkey that will simply be underfoot. The Eldari raises his hand in preparation to work some sorcery, then suddenly pauses. The faceless helmet turns to you. Larthir. My name is Larthir Cairnreth, small creature. Seems like a party member that will join you after you finish with Centilia. Did he call you monkey? Yeah, the Eldari, the race of people that this guy is a member of, or gal, I don't know, because the helmet. The Eldari refer to humans as monkey. You know, just monkey, but spelled weirdly. Such a racist. I mean, to be fair, the humans are racist in this game, too. The vid screen's lumens flicker furiously. Someone must have angered the machine spirit. Will there be Necrons in this? I'm not sure. Foreman's reports. Layer of rock removed, 18. Personal losses, 3 workers. Cause, collapse. Extracted 12 scrolls, 3 machine relics, proceeding as scheduled. A total of 3 disciplinary violations were observed during the shift. Going outside the perimeter without authorization, the perpetrators were questioned thoroughly. Shift 162. Unsanctioned beliefs are confirmed to be spreading among the workers, which has led to acts of violence. The perpetrators were isolated. No intervention from Inquisitor M necessary. Requested a 4-hour shift extension as per emergency protocol. Shift 175. 3 of the workers absconded to join the heretical sect. Permission to eliminate requested. Awaiting orders. Established a curfew for all personnel. New clue found. Okay. Oh, there's something up here. Servo Sentinel. The mechanisms of the broken servo skull creak in futile attempts to restore functionality. Someone has ripped out the sacred circuits from the guts of this cogitator. The console is shattered and a bundle of sparking cables protrudes from the casing. Demolition check. Looks like the Psyker knows demolition. Athletics check. Send in the Ogren. He just shoved all that out of the way. Code Amulet. A heavy amulet of blued metal bearing an engraving in sacred code. The tech priest's body has been severed in half. The cut looks unnaturally even. Clue found. Bisected body. A large 4-toed footprint is deeply embedded in the ground. The mud around it has been churned up to cover the other tracks of 4-toed intruders. Chat, we got a trail of something with 4 toes that can cut a tech priest in half cleanly. Inside the fallen tent, the metal of a portable regicide board gleams in the dark. Its owner never got to finish their game. Regicide is something like chess in this world. I remember that. There is nothing in the containers except for the smell of physaline that makes your throat itch. The workers would not have used up the entire supply of explosives. Someone must have stolen it from the excavation site. Speaking of throatage. An expedition tent temporarily occupied by Inquisitor Millicentilia. Roll away the tractor. Tech use. Flame Shroud. At the start of their turn, the wearer's armor durability is increased by willpower for each burning unit in combat. I believe they said Sero was a pyromancer. Yeah, he's got a lot of fire damage stuff on his stuff. So we do have someone that can set people on fire. Cape looks nice. Alright, that goes back to the upper level. The tracks left by the steel-toed work boots are intermingled with numerous other prints. It is difficult to work out what happened. Wait, what did that say? Happened here and the chronologically of events. Scan? Oh. Multiple prints detected on the bedrock and surrounding areas, initiating scan for further analysis. Install Hollow Evoker. What did that do? Oh, Lore Heresy. The religious symbols of the Maris Portum fanatics have been sketched by an inexpert and trembling hand, a clear attempt to imitate the real thing. The servitors at the bottom... Oh, there's bodies down there. The servitors at the bottom of the pit have frozen in unnatural poses. There are no apparent signs of damage, and yet they seem to ignore all commands and make no attempts to return to the camp. Maybe the other half of the body's down there? A fragment of the column has splintered off and the metal near it is melted, both pointing to a shot from a las weapon. Millicentilia raises her chin as you approach. Here's the acolyte. Larthier has already informed me that he told you of his findings. I dare say what he told you might even be the truth. Standing close by, the Xenos does not react to the Inquisitor's words. His gaze is distant, staring past you as if he is listening closely to a melody only he can hear. You have unusual assistance. Some things are more accessible to the cunning mind and heightened perceptions of the Eldari. This is your chance to make use of his abilities. It would be unwise to spurn it. Awareness succeeded. You cannot help but notice the thrum of tension in the Inquisitor's tone and the look she casts at the Eldari. It seems that despite her confident words, she is anxious about the Xenos' presence in her unit, most likely due to the dangerous proximity of a Sister of Battle to the excavation site. I would like Larthier to join my retinue. I'm willing to take over your agreement with him. Out of the question. As of yet, you have not proved yourself capable enough to be permitted to have dealings with the Xenos. Did you think I would trust a Corsair ally to a bumbling incompetent? Provide me with a reconstruction of the events and I'll consider it. I question the witness. Do you plan to inform me every time you sneeze? Draw your conclusions and submit a full report, Acolyte. I'm ready to discuss what happened at the camp. You have not yet finished the reconstruction of the events in question. If you are unable to draw any conclusions, make sure you have examined all the evidence. Return when you have done the job properly. Okay, so we know this game is like detective-y. Alright, so a moment ago here, we put down... Install the Hollow Evoker. Install Hollow Evoker. Install Hollow Evoker. Oh, what? Why are the tracks from work boots here? Oh, wow, okay. Alright, I'm starting to figure this out. Who attacked the excavation site? The large four-toed footprint. Oh, we've got clues from all of this. Bog beasts. Are those Kroot? Who was attacked at the excavation site? Expedition members? Who ransacked the camp? Bandits. Why are the tracks from work boots here? Expedition members taken away by force. Let's see what she thinks about that. The Inquisitor turns her gaze on Cog, an Ogren with enhanced intelligence. You don't come across too many of those outside the Astra Militarum. Interesting escort you have. Cog, who up until now was uninterestingly digging a hole in the ground at the tip of his boot, looks up in surprise. That usually tells me I'm smart, not that I'm interesting. I'm ready to discuss what happened in the camp. Are you sure? I'm sure. I have a working theory. A skirmish took place here, no doubt about it, but you are overlooking an important detail. If my people had been in the camp, no one could have gotten in, not even if all of Maris Portum had attacked the perimeter. Besides, you think threats from some ragtag bandits would induce an armed Inquisition expedition to leave their posts? I find that hard to believe. Millicentilia impatiently drums her fingers on her holster. Some of your conclusions are tenuous, too tenuous. I cannot rely on inaccurate information. Larathir's voice sounds melodic and strange when unexpectedly he begins to speak. Your emissary's conclusions are tenuous because the tracks at the excavation site contradict each other, whereas the truth is not where it first appears. Someone took pains to ensure that the traces left behind would sow confusion in the mind of whoever might attempt to unravel this mystery. The Inquisitor's lip stretches into a mirthless smile. I knew there was something you weren't telling me, Corsair. I saw no reason to state that which is so obvious. I should not have forgotten that I am dealing with Monkey now. Acolyte has reminded me. He's like, oh, I think it was obvious. I forgot you're stupid. The Inquisitor snorts. Either way, we have one indisputable piece of evidence, the tracks leading out of the camp. Look, they are crisp, clearly made by heavy work boots, but I already said my people would never leave their post willingly. She looks at you. Find out where they lead. Can you manage that? Something strange is afoot in Maris Portum. My agent, Ruffinius Scragg, has been working undercover in this God-Emperor-forsaken place for several months already. We were due to meet at the excavation site, but the latest seaquake cut off our communication. Track him down and help him with his mission, if necessary. Tell him that Lady M sent you. He will aid you in your investigation. How will I recognize him? The Inquisitor holds out a small portable device displaying a scowling man with burn scars over half his face. Ruffinius prefers to cover his face, but if you pay close attention, you will spot other signs. Augmented lower left leg or his tattoos. The image on the device changes. You see an assortment of unremarkable symbols. Memorize them, Acolyte. This is how my people recognize each other. Am I permitted to know the particulars of Agent Scragg's mission? I tasked Scragg with investigating a clan of swamp mutants on the outskirts of the Hab Zone and assessing their usefulness to the Tyrantine Cabal. These are his reports. Study them. That will be enough to start with. Xenos succeeded. A quick scan of the reports leaves you in no doubt. The bog beasts the Inquisitor is referring to are a clan of Xenos called the Kroot. Evidently, Millicentilia and her people prefer to use this unsophisticated nickname, given the Xenos by the ignorant lower hive dwellers in order to rid the clan of unwanted attention, or perhaps somehow use the Kroot to their own benefit. Since we are done with the reconstruction, can I take over your arrangement with Larthir? We can be useful to one another. The Inquisitor mulls it over for several seconds, clearly calculating.